Hey everyone, Bob here again. This time around, I would like to do a job description writing exercise. And the role that we're going to write is for the transport manager. Okay. But before anything else, I would like to ask you guys to please subscribe and do not forget to hit the notification bell because whenever I upload video, you'll be notified right away. Okay. So let's start doing the job description. Let's start with the job title, transport manager. I've already written it. Job number 005, job code is M3, and location could be in NCR or it could be in the countryside, in the provinces. And division is under the transport. And this position reports to DNL manager, distribution and logistics manager. And functional manager is the supply chain manager. Or it could be the way around, like the DNL manager could be functional manager, or supply chain manager is the line manager. And the immediate subordinates are dispatch supervisor, yard supervisor, fleet inspector. The role of fleet inspector is this is the one doing the inspection, vehicle inspection before dispatch. And there is a checklist that is going to be filled out by the fleet inspector, and also after arrival of the fleet unit coming back from the delivery. Also, driving instructor, I made it to report to transport manager, but this position could also be reporting to the training manager. But in my case, I would like to have it report. It would be an advantage if this position will report to the transport manager. Okay, as the position will always be doing training, defensive training, uh, competency, practical competency assessment, and many other uh, activities of the driving instructor with the long haul driver, with the yard operator or yard driver. Okay, the date of effect December 15, 00 revision number, because it's first time that we're gonna write this job description. So I'm gonna start with the core purpose of job. As I said before, it should start with two. Okay, to provide the company. Okay, okay, to provide the company with a total transport. Okay, do you have now idea what I'm doing? So to provide the company with a total transport solution. Okay, solution by operating and maintaining. You have to maintain, the manager, transport manager also has to maintain in order to prolong the useful life of the equipment or the fleet units. Okay, maintaining fleet of vehicle, right? It's all about fleet vehicle because this is the transport department. Doing the deliveries, doing the pickup of some raw materials from the supplier, deliveries of finished goods or finished products from the manufacturing plant going to the customers, which is the sales depot. Okay, this is about bulk deliveries. When it comes to delivery to customers like supermarket, hotels, restaurants, this will be done by the sales department with their salesperson. Okay, using a much smaller vehicle like a maybe a 2 tons capacity van, reefer van, or even smaller than that. Okay, so maintaining fleet vehicle Okay, which vehicle? That is IE. That is make it should this one should be smaller. IE um long haul long haul tractor. Long haul tractor is for highway driving, rigging the reefer. A reefer van could be 40 footer, so it could be as long as 55 footer. Longer than 40 footer is allowed in the land transport, but not in the shipping. Okay, depend on the multimodal transportation. In the shipping, they only have 40, especially international shipping. They only utilize 40 footer, making it standard for all the shipping container. Okay, so long haul tractor. What else? Yard tractor. Yard tractor is different from the highway tractor. This is only designed for rigging of some reefers in terms of loading bay in the docking area or shunting around the yard vicinities of the company. Yard tractor, reefer. This is refrigerated trailer with installed with either Thermo King or Carrier refrigeration system. Okay, and they also utilize flatbed trailer. Okay, there are two kinds of flatbed trailer. They call it high bed trailer, which is higher, and a low bed trailer, which is lower to the ground, much lower to the ground. Okay, that is also a trailer. The purpose of the flatbed trailer is loading some equipment, some machines, or whatever cargo that you want to load. It's open. It's not like the river, which is closed and refrigerated and insulated. Body is insulated. Okay, so flatbed trailer, tanker. So tanker is for liquid materials or liquid products. Okay, could be a raw milk. It could be a juice concentrate, or but all of these are in liquid form. Okay, and they get like the raw milk. They will get the milk from farms, from the silo, then deliver it to the manufacturing plant for processing, and also will be unloaded to a silo again. And most of the silo in this case, in this kind of products, is stainless type of silo. Okay, for food products, food materials, and I can say other assets, not assets. Okay. Okay. For what? For the movement, of raw materials. Okay, materials. Materials are usually coming from the supplier or from the farms. When you order bulk materials, depending on the contract with your suppliers, sometimes you do pickups, or sometimes when you do pickups, you utilize your own fleet. The the price of materials will be lower than letting the supplier deliver the materials. There are cases where the suppliers are delivering materials. There are also cases where the company is picking up the materials from the supplier. So whichever is most advantageous in terms of the cost of shipping. So that is how the company is doing it. Okay, movement of raw materials from supplier. It could be bulk materials. Okay, it could be it could be in bags. Okay, in poly bags. Okay, so it could be a bulk supplier, rather trailer. Okay, like grain materials in bulk, like yellow corn, like soybean meal, all in bulk, because the company will be able to save money from the cost of having it in bulk rather than in bags. Okay, so from supplier, or it could be from farms, coming from farms, direct from farms, like grain materials from farms and liquid materials and finished goods. Okay, materials from supplier and farms, and finished goods also from the plant. From the plant, this is where the fleet units are docking into the loading bay to pick up some finished products from plant. Oh, this is this is what you call long haul trips. Okay, utilizing long haul driver from plant to the sales depot. Okay, okay, sales depot. I would say across the country. Across the country in and effective manner, right? Effective and timely manner. Okay, with the end view, with the end view of with the end view of achieving, okay, achieving the customers. Remember the SLA, service level agreement, the customer service level agreement. I think that's okay. That would do it. So that would be our core purpose of the job of transport manager, to provide the company with a total transport solution by operating and maintaining fleet vehicle, that is long haul tractor, yard tractor, reefer, flatbed trailer, tanker, and other assets for the movement of raw materials from supplier and farms, and finished goods from the plant to the sales depot. This is manufacturing plant to the sales depot across the country in an effective and timely manner, with the end view of achieving the customer service level agreement. So at the end of the day, the transport manager will see to it that the customer service level agreement is 100%, meaning all the finished goods are delivered to the depots, the raw materials are being picked up from the supplier farms to the warehouses of the company, 100% in full and on time. So customer service level agreement would be 100%. Okay. So I think the core purpose of job is okay. So now let's go with the area of responsibility. Okay. This is very easy. Okay. Straightforward. Okay. What's the area? I think I'll just say dispatch. One of the area of responsibility. Dispatch operation, right? Okay, ensure dispatch. Okay, ensure dispatch plan, and I would also say schedule and unschedule. Unschedule are formulated. The plan are formulated, and this could be done by the transport manager himself, or this could be delegated to his supervisor. Formulation plan. Okay, and anyway, this is nowadays they're utilizing computer programs, software, so it will be much easier this time around. So are formulated and in place anytime, and this is done daily because there will be the dispatch of the fleet units are done daily. Okay, every day are in place. Okay, so again, timely execution of plan, of course, right? Execution of, I would say, daily dispatch of fleet. Okay, okay. What are the resources that you need for the dispatch operation? Before anything else, I'd like to put a underlining and making it bold. Yeah. Okay. So you need resources, right? So I would say ensure availability. Availability of what? More or less, you know already, right? Availability of fleet units. So the fleet units will not run, will not operate without the long haul driver and long haul driver. Okay. Availability of this critical resources, the uh, the long haul driver and the fleet units, right? Long haul driver. It's not accepted. So what's the problem with this? Open suggestion. With hyphen. Okay. We put hyphen. No problem. Okay. Driver. Okay. What else do you need? I would say on time. I will put hyphenated. On time and in full. This is the most important key performance indicator in transport department. Delivery should be on time and in full delivery. All right, of materials. Okay, from farms to the manufacturing plant, or from supplier to manufacturing plant of materials or finished goods. Okay, are achieved. Wrong spelling. Okay, are achieved. I think that's it, right? For the dispatch operation, those are the things that you need for the dispatch operation. Ensure dispatch plan and schedule are formulated and in place. Timely execution of daily dispatch of fleet. Ensure availability of fleet units and long haul driver. On time and in full delivery of materials and or finished goods are achieved. Anyway, supervisors are doing it. Dispatch supervisors, and they also have their own men. Dispatch maybe team leader or team managers or whatever. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to do. Okay, so you want uh what else? We'll put to number 2. We'll write the success indicator. Okay, Okay, actually, we can write the success indicators right away. All right. So make it simple, make it short. Dispatch. Okay. Dispatch plan slash schedule in place. Daily, it should be daily. Available fleet should all the fleet should be available for deliveries. Available fleet. What else do we need? And don't need for this. And LHD. LHD. Long haul driver, right? And then on time hyphenated. On time dispatch. On time dispatch of units. So this is the success indicator. Dispatch plan schedule in place, available fleet and LHD on time dispatch of units. Most important here is a time frame. Okay. If they say we will dispatch 7 o'clock, okay, the travel time would be 20 hours, delivery maybe 500 kilometers away to the depot. So you would need back and forth 20 hours, maybe going to the depot is around 10 to 12 hours. Okay. Maybe 14 hours, depending on the driving hours policy and rest policy of the company. Okay. So, okay. I hit something. Okay. So, we will write now the second AOR. The second AOR would be, there are two things. The deliveries, and we also have yard operation. Okay. Shunting activities in the yard. Okay. So very important that you also have a separate operation. Um, Maybe you have a dispatch manager under you, reporting to transport manager, and you also have a yard operation manager. Okay, taking care of the yard operation business. So what is in the yard operation? I would say ensure, again, ensure, okay, smooth operation, smooth, okay, operation, smooth operation in the yard, okay, and loading bay. There could be some loading bays. Like in my previous companies, there were more than 100 in the warehouse and in the manufacturing plant. There are more than 100 loading bays. Okay, and more than 2,000 reefer trailers. Okay, so really difficult situation, difficult operation. But if you plan it well, you have standard operating in place, then it will be easy for you. Okay, so in the yard unloading bay, in the yard unloading bay. What else? Um, okay, the activities such as um, yard shunting, back and forth shunting, right? Uh, okay, loading bay docking, loading bay docking. This remember I said 55 footer. This is very long trailer reefer, and it takes some skills to do it. You know, you have to train the yard operator or yard driver well to do this activity. Also, coupling and decoupling. Okay, coupling and decoupling of tractor and trailers. Okay, of tractor or trail and trailer. It will be coupled or it could be uncoupled. Okay, when you get it from the parking area, okay, you couple it, then you shunt in the yard, then you back it up to the loading bay, then reversing it to the loading bay. Once it is parked in the dock in the loading bay, you again uncouple, and then you get another trailer and then park it again and uncouple again. This is the job of the yard operator. Okay, the coupling of tractor reefer or trailer. Don't say, maybe we can say reefer or trailer, because trailer is generalized, generic name, tractor trailer. Okay, what else should I write? Unloading, unloading of what? Of, remember I also mentioned about the tanker's load, carrying liquid raw materials like raw milk or juice, concentrate, load into the silo, huh? In the silo. These silos are made of, mm, what do you call this? Stainless steel. This is standard for material for container for juice, raw milk, all food and beverage products should be made out of stainless steel. Okay, I would just say another yard activities. So many activities in the yard. I'm not going to mention everything here. I will just mention the important thing, the critical ones. Okay. I think that's it for number 2. Okay. So AOR number 2, um, control underline, control bold. Okay, we can right away write the success indicator right away. Okay. Okay. What do you want me to say here? So I will just say safe. There should be no accident while doing this, because there's this heavy traffic going on the yard, and there's so many trailers, tractors, and there's so many um, drivers roaming around the yard, the loading bays. So it should be safe. No, that's why critical for driving instructor to train these guys in the yard shunting operation. Yes, and efficient operation of fleet resources. No? Sources in the yard. Simple. Just make it simple. Make it short. Important thing is that we accomplish all these activities in the yard safely and efficiently. And that's it. That we're successful. Okay, let's go back to writing the number 3 AOR. Number 3, what would be the number 3 AOR? Number 3, I'm thinking about it. Okay, important thing also is the budget, no? The part of his, wrong spelling. Part of his responsibility, AOR, budget planning. Okay, part of the budget planning is the man planning, the man budget. So I would say he should review. Okay. Uh, Review manpower. Okay, manpower. I would say manpower complement. Okay. And if possible, participate because he is the one, doing interview in cooperation or in cooperation with the recruitment manager. Recruitment manager is the one doing the recruitment, but the transport manager is the one doing interviews of these drivers. Okay, because especially the human resource side will be asked by the recruitment manager, but the technical know-how of the yard operation side, or rather the transport operation side, will be asked by the transport manager. So when it comes to interviewing, there will be two guys, recruitment manager and transport manager, doing it together. Okay, especially if the recruitment is done overseas. No, you're doing interview overseas. Maybe you're going to hire driver from Sri Lanka, from India, or from Vietnam, or wherever you want to hire. So okay, therefore you have to participate in the recruitment. Okay, recruitment of new drivers. New drivers. But this is as necessary. Especially if you have a high turnover of drivers. No, sometimes driver only stay for 1 year or only stay for 6 months. Then they resign and look for another job. No, sometimes it happens that you have a high turnover of drivers. Okay, then now you can formulate. You have already planned. You have done the man planning. Then you formulate the annual budget now. Annual budget. So the main cost elements, okay, cost factors of transport operation is parts, spare parts, right? Fuel. Main, your tractor trailers will not run without fuel. Even the refrigeration, no, the carrier or the Thermo King will also need diesel to operate. So you have to budget this. How many kilometers run you're going to do for the next year? It could be you could be doing a zero-based budgeting. It depends on how you do it. Okay, the budget, annual budget. Okay, so plan. The plan is the one that you're going to formulate. Okay, formulate annual budget plan, or maybe capex, capital expenditure. Investment. If you need more units, you need more tractor, you need more trailer, reefer, tankers, you have to apply for capex. Or you need refurbishing of existing units. You still need capex. because refurbishing is not under the repair and maintenance, what you call cost center. If you're planning to do a refurbishing or rehabilitation of your units, it will be under the capex. So you need to uh, request for capex and get approval for having for acquiring new units, brand new units. Okay, for new plate units, right? Okay, okay, that's it. Right. We are going to again make this one bold and underline it. Okay. So we write the success indicators for number 3. So just say timely approval. Okay. Timely approval of the budget. You need to have budget before the year starts. Okay. Fiscal year budget of annual. Because without the budget, you'll not be able to run the business, the transport business. Very important that you have the budget. Okay. Uh, and capex also. And capex. Um, the other one is OPEX. OPEX, operating expenses, no OPEX. That is for the budget. But when you're doing new acquisitions of units, you're talking about millions, no? When you buy tractors, reefers, if you buy it from the Europe, it's much expensive. Like MAN tractor, Scania, Mercedes tractor, you know, Volvo tractors. They're quite expensive. And if you buy it from Japan, also expensive. Isuzu, Hino, right? Fuso, also expensive. I think companies now are buying from Korea. Okay, a lot less expensive compared to made in Japan units. So I will say requisitions, capex requisitions. Okay. Let's go back to AOR. Okay, make number 4. So number 4 would be okay, don't forget the fleet maintenance. Maintenance of your unit, very important consideration. You have to maintain it to prolong the useful life of the units. You want to depreciate to 5 years, can be done if you maintain it, timely maintenance of the unit. Okay, maintenance, fleet maintenance. Okay, what what would I say here? So I would just say ensure proper planning. Ensure proper planning and timely release. Timely release. You have to release it. Sometimes transport manager not releasing it because they want to use it every day for 1 month without maintenance, for 2 months without maintenance. And that is bad for the units. Units needs to be changed oil, needs to be the oil filter has to be replaced. There is a mileage for oil and for the filters, and air cleaners has to be clean. And this is just among the other things that you are going to do when you're doing maintenance and timely release of units. for for PM, for preventive maintenance. Because preventive maintenance is always scheduled. No? It's either you schedule it every 3,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers, 7,000 kilometers, depending on the result of the laboratory test of your used oil. You know, when there are more sulfur content, then the more you shorten the frequency of change oil and all that maintenance. So every time you change the oil, you take sample, okay, in a jar, plastic, rather in plastic bottle, okay, and then send it for laboratory test for sulfur content and other, contaminants, so that this would be the basis of the frequency of the change oil, okay. So for preventive maintenance, per schedule, okay, per schedule, as per or as agreed. I'm supposed to write as per agreement, but as agreed is okay. As agreed with who's taking care of the preventive maintenance. Is this the workshop or the motor pool? And who is in charge of the motor pool? He is called fleet. Okay. He could be called fleet manager or he could be called fleet maintenance manager. All the same. Sometimes some company just calling it fleet manager, but other companies are specifying the maintenance manager. So me, I'm gonna write fleet maintenance manager. So this is the guy who is in charge in the workshop, maintenance workshop or motor pool. Okay. For Filipinos, we usually call it motor pool. Okay. For guys in Europe, they call it workshop. Okay. Okay. Number 5 that we're writing, the number 4 success indicator. Yes. Yet first. So for number 4, again, make it short. If you can make it short, then make it short. Make it short and simple. Split units are timely maintained. Okay. As per agreed. As per agreed. I'll make it short. PMS. Preventive maintenance schedule. Okay. So that would be your success indicator. Fleet units are timely maintained as per agreed preventive maintenance schedule. Okay. Now let's go back to the AOR. Then I'll start writing the number 5. Number 5, what you call AOR. So now, okay, let's do the bolding and the underlining first. Okay. So we have done something for the operation of the dispatch operation, the yard operation, budget planning, and fleet maintenance. What about the people, demand resource? Now we'll talk about the long haul driver now. Long haul driver. Long haul driver, I would say. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. We're always doing sign off before you allow the driver to do long haul trips. he has to go through the sign off procedure first. Okay, sign off procedure. So ensure trade test. When you're doing trade tests for new drivers, okay, it should be as per SOP, right? I would say are carried out as per SOP. Okay. Um, just put comma. Provided with induction training. Should be given induction training first. That he understand everything, like the nature of the company, the workflow process, the all the SOPs, standard operating procedure, everything will be explained to him. Even his own job description has to be explained. You know, the role structuring procedure, so that he will understand everything. And then the expectation has to be laid out so that he understand what is expected of him as long haul driver, right? And all the policies, the driving policy, rest hour policy, dispatch policy, etc. So this will all be explained. That is given to him during the induction training. Okay. Provided with induction. Induction, what else? And will be given also on the job training and on the job OJT. Okay, on the job training. Induction and on the job training. Very important that you provide this to the long haul driver. Okay. Undergo route route familiarization. Some guys pronounce it as route. Some guys pronounce it as route. But I would prepare pronouncing it as route, because this one is route. That's how you pronounce that route. But this one is route. So route familiarization. Okay. And highway training. Very important that he receives highway training. Sorry, I forgot the highway. I write the training right away. Highway training. Okay. Or I will specify it even more. Driving training, not just highway training. He will not be trained in the highway without driving. He should drive. So training and assessment. Because the job of the driving instructor is to make sure when he's doing assessment, making sure that the driver is not doing bad driving habit, or adverse driving habit or behavior of the you know when the driver is driving just a few kilometers, maybe 5 kilometers, uh, it's easy to assess, or it's easy to show to the driving instructor that your driving is good. But when you are driving 100, 200, 500 kilometers, even 1,000 kilometers away, the driving habits of the driver will show. Okay, he will forget. He will go back to his old ways in driving. Oh, the driving habits will appear. Okay, because that's a long drive, and he will forget that he is being assessed by the driving instructor. Okay, so very important that you assess highway driving. This is for long trips. This is for long haul driver. Okay. Assessment. Okay. I will put a period here. Okay. Then ensure. I'll just make it shortcut LHD. We understood that this is a long haul driver. Past the practical competency assessment. Okay. He should pass the practical competency assessment before getting sign off. Before uh, signed off. Okay. Before sign off. By who? By the transport manager. So the transport manager should sign off. He will look at the induction um, requirements. Okay, if all are complete, including the highway, the route familiarization, the highway driving assessment, then he will sign off. Then the long haul driver will now be ready for dispatch for long haul trips. Okay, alone, without anybody, looking after him, closely, like the driving instructor. He will be doing trips alone, but he will still be monitored through the GPS or the VTS, GPS global positioning system. Most of the transport companies are buying all uh, this program, or the VTS, vehicle tracking system. It's a computer system. It's very expensive, but some transport organization are buying this for their own monitoring purposes. Okay. So because in VTS you'll be able to monitor the speed of the vehicle, the driving habits, abrupt stopping, the parking period, the time of parking, hours of the driving hours, and many other things will be monitored by the computer. Even in the cell phone, the manager can monitor the 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 driver, the long haul driver, via his cell phone. Nowadays, it's easy to do that because of the advent of the technologies. Okay, manager for long haul trips. Okay, I think that would be okay. Okay, again, I'll not forget doing a bold and and underlining it. Underline and bold, right? So we'll also be writing number 5, success indicator here. So what will be? Well, make it just short. Just say achievement. It's easy, right? Transport manager area of responsibility is very straightforward, very easy to do. Even especially if you're already doing this responsibility, if you are a transport manager. So achievement of what? Training. Critical uh, training is critical for drivers. They have to be trained first before you release it. This is the most of the mistakes of other organization, because they have a professional license. Okay, you have professional license, you can drive, you go. You release right away. And then the next day you meet accident. Okay, so that is the problem. And there are many accidents involving transport drivers. Assessment also. assessment, and sign off. Sorry, sign off. Assessment and sign off with LHD, with long haul driver, LHD. Okay, let's go to, I think I still have one here. So my number 6 is, okay, I have separated this one actually. I would like to separate this. So yard, some people are calling it yard driver, some people are calling it yard operator, but I would prefer to call it yard operator rather than yard drivers. So again, yard operator sign off should be separate. Okay. So what is the, see, yard operator sign off. Okay, trade test again, trade test. Important. As per SOP. Trade test as per SOP. Induction, training, induction training, and on the job. And I will just say OGT, on the job training. I missed the T here. And on the job training. Okay. In the yard. In the yard. In the yard for shunting operation. Shunting. For shunting. What else? Loading. These are the activity of the yard operator. And unloading. Unloading activities. Practical, again, practical test. Then the manager now will sign off. Okay. Sign off by the transport manager. For yard duties, because yard operator is only for yard duties and should not be allowed to drive outside of the yard. Okay. He's only his duties and responsibilities only within the perimeter of the manufacturing and warehouses, the loading bay, the yard, the silos, okay, warehouses, inbound warehouse, outbound warehouse. Those are the areas that he will be, assigned. Okay, so let's write now the also make it simple. Just say achievement again. You know already. Achievement of training. Assessment. This is a space. And sign off. Yard operator. Okay. Achievement of training, assessment, and sign off with your operator. So, okay, let's do numbers. We can still do number 7. Number 7 would be, I would include here the health and safety program. Health, very important. So many accidents involving drivers. That's why very important, it's critical that you include the safety programs, health and safety programs for drivers, yard operator, and long haul drivers. Okay. Control, underline, bold. You can do it now, actually, so that we don't forget it later. Sometimes we forget, sometimes I forget. Underline, bold. Okay. So what's in the health and safety programs? Okay, ensure. I will just make it short, health and safety. Anyway, you already understand that's health and safety. In short, health and safety programs okay, such as safety inspection, training, health and safety training, um, health and safety, that is health and safety related training. Okay, your supervisor or team leader or team manager will do risk assessment, not necessarily the transport manager. So that's why he has to ensure that the supervisor, team leader, team manager receive training on risk assessment, how to do risk assessment, or health and safety audit also. Safety audit. We'll be doing safety initiatives. Initiatives. What else? Safety initiatives. And I would say accident prevention. Accident prevention plan are in place for implementation. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me write the number 7. Make it simple too. Yeah. Just say timely planning and implementation of health and safety programs. Make it simple. Okay. Okay, that's it. I think this is enough. Okay. You didn't need another AOR. This would be enough. No need for another AOR. Okay. So this is it. Let me review. Core purpose of job to provide the company with a total transport solution by operating and maintaining fleet vehicle. That is long haul tractor, yard tractor, reefer, flatbed trailer, tanker, and other assets for the movement of raw materials from supplier and farms and finished goods from the plant to the sales depot across the country in an effective and timely manner with the end view of achieving the customer service level agreement. Now for the AOR dispatch operation, ensure dispatch plan and schedule are formulated and in place. Timely execution of daily dispatch of fleet, ensure availability of fleet units and long haul driver, on time and in full delivery of materials or finished goods are achieved. Yard operation, ensure smooth operation in the yard and loading bay such as yard shunting, loading bay docking, coupling, decoupling of tractor trailer, unloading of tankers loaded in the silo, and other yard activities. And for the budget planning, review manpower complement and participate in the recruitment of new drivers as necessary. Formulate annual budget plan and capex for new fleet units. Number 4, fleet maintenance. Ensure proper planning and timely release of units for preventive maintenance per schedule as agreed with fleet maintenance manager. This is actually the motor pool manager. No? Long haul driver sign off. Ensure trade tests are carried out as per SOP, provided with induction and on the job training, undergo route familiarization on highway driving and training and assessment. Ensure LSD pass the practical competency assessment before sign off by the transport manager for long haul trips. As for the yard operator, sign off trade test as per SOP, induction and OJT in the yard for shunting, loading, and unloading activities, practical test, then sign off by the transport manager for yard duties. And last but not the least, health and safety programs. Ensure health and safety programs such as safety inspection, training, risk assessment, audit, safety initiatives, and accident prevention plan are in place for implementation. And for the rest of the job descriptions like activities, job dimension, job context, key relationship, qualification, I'll be doing it next time. Maybe in a couple of days, I'll be doing it for you. Okay, in the meantime, we have done. So this is why I am doing only this, AOR and core purpose of job for retention purpose, so that you will retain the training today in your head, so that you can also make a practice out of this. You can make amendment. Okay, maybe there are other AOR that you want to include in this, or maybe you want to change a bit of the core purpose of job, which may more fitted to your business. You can always do that and then do your own practice. I'm just giving you the template of the job description for a transport manager. And we'll be doing other position also in the future. Just hang on for it. Just wait for it. Okay. In the meantime, that's all I got for now. Okay. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that all the uploads you'll be notified, and share if you like. Okay. So that's it for now. I thank you for watching this video.